I hate shoes. Hey hippies, it's Tiara from Tiara and Andrew, and this is behind the music of my solo project, Tribe. So I wish I had like this cool, triumphant background story to how these songs came about. I was in the middle of mixing our album, How Really We, which will be released through Gamalkin pretty soon. Fingers crossed. We're working really hard on it. But I was at this point of like imposter syndrome, really, trying to figure out, for lack of a better word, when we were going to get our big break, we were seeing everybody apply for festivals and stuff. So I was like, hey, let's apply for festivals. I was applying for festivals and nobody was responding back. And, it just kind of felt like we were stuck. The album was supposed to be out earlier this year and that got postponed. So, now I'm mixing it and I'm feeling some type of way. And I started singing into my harmony box. And I usually sing into my harmony box and I just kind of discarded it. But this time I just kind of felt really personal and real. And so I was like, there's a light in darkness creeping up your spine. And I was like, oof, tingles. I think these are songs. And thus Tribe was born. So personally, my musical awakening was folk and singer-songwriter music. And that's kind of me at heart. That's Tiara and Andrew at heart, honestly. We started off with a guitar and just vocals and lyrics. Lyrics are so important to me. But as we evolved, obviously, it became more pop and mainstream. So personally, I feel like they're folk, alternative folk or triumphant folk, not traditional, obviously. Do I think that there is a space for Black women to create folk music in this industry? No, I don't think it's talked about. Like Tyler, the Creator, said, there are so many other genres when it comes to Black artists. Like we play pop music and singer-songwriter, but when you hear a Black artist performing, it's automatically R&B. And so I just hope it doesn't fall to deaf ears and people are like, oh, this is different. That's the thing that we get. But I really do. I personally believe that it's a beautiful cinematic, like folk moment, to be honest. I'm proud of that. I'm proud to be a Black woman who makes folk and other music, indie music, Like I said, Hoyser, Mumford & Sons, Birdie, Cassandra, I can't remember her last name, but she was on American Idol. She really inspired me. Also, we got the opportunity to open for, we have the opportunity actually, to open for Leah Marlene. And one of my other idols is going on tour. Their name is Aniko. If you haven't heard of them, please look them up. Honestly, they inspired me in so many different ways because I was mixing the album and they had announced that they were going on tour. And the idea, the manifestation of us opening for Aniko was so heavy in my mind that I was so inspired to just create, if that makes sense. This project took about a week and a half. I have been so inspired because the idea of I saw us on stage for them, like before they performed, I saw us headlining, I saw like us meeting and just chilling, and it inspired me so much. So like the songs came at a time of being frustrated, but it also felt like, I just really wanted to prove to myself that I am the artist that I want to be. And being able to open for Aniko, like in my mind, inspired me to want to create and like finish these songs. Finish this project, have it out, and just like distribute it once we open for them. Like it was a whole thing. So, but also I wanted to incorporate like the element of nature. My TikTok, shameless plug, was basically me out in the element and having the sounds of like birds and the wind and stuff in the background. I did YouTube for so long and it was not going anywhere, but it took me hours to set up for that YouTube channel. It took me an hour at least to get my hair in frame. And then it would get like 2 views. So I got really discouraged, imposter syndrome, being a Black woman. I'm playing other ukulele and stuff like that, and nobody's paying attention. But once I got TikTok, I was just like, I'm feeling this song. These people don't know me. So I sat outside and I played ukulele. I think the song was Landslide, and people were so kind. They're abnormally kind on TikTok. Like they were like, oh, the birds want to sing with you and all this other stuff. So it kind of became like a thing. So I started to film outside. And when this project came about, I really wanted it to be as folky, as primal, as cinematic, as surround sound as possible. And like you could hear the birds now. Like I really wanted to incorporate my favorite things, the things that kind of got me out of that shell of feeling not confident with myself. I really want to incorporate that in that. And especially when you're hearing like the beat and it sounds really tribal and it sounds like people are like going through the forest and stuff, you want to have that realistic sound. So this project means to me triumph. It means strength. It means that the journey is just beginning. I wanted it to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I knew it was going to be, for me personally, without anyone else hearing it, a story told through me from my ancestors. That's honestly what it felt like. Because like I said, I sing in my harmony box all the time. It's very addictive. It has 1,000 auto tunes in there. You put harmonies in there and you just sing and it sounds like an orchestra. So I sing in that all of the time. But these particular songs, especially with what was happening at the time, what has been currently happening, it's not like we have a bad life, but bad things happen, right? And it just kind of slows you down. But currently with the way life was going, I just kind of felt out of it of sorts, and I felt like giving up, to be honest. It was just really, really hard. Where I had motivation, I also was just like, dang, like this, when are we going to get our break? And then, those words came to me and I knew I was like, this is my ancestors or my subconscious, whatever you believe, telling me that, girl, like, you're going to be okay. Pick your head up because this is just the beginning. I'm turning 30 in a couple of weeks. And I'm at a state in my mind where I thought I was going to be crazy. I thought that I was going to have this biological clock on me and it was going to feel like you haven't accomplished anything. But I have been aging with grace this year. And I think 2020 has, yeah, I said it. I think 2020 has taught me to age with grace because life isn't promised. There were so many things that I thought I would have. I thought I would have a group of friends and we would tell our secrets to. And I thought that, Tiara and Andrew would have a record deal, or no, I'm lying. We wouldn't have a record deal. I thought that we would be out there, you know what I'm saying? Like touring and being sponsored. And I was manifesting that was going to be the case in my 20s, because while TikTok probably saved my mental health, it also showed me that a lot of 16-year-olds get famous like that, and you compare yourself constantly. But I don't have children. We have cats, and it was just a lot. We're filming at home. Not filming, doing our music at home and all this other stuff. It just kind of felt, and we live out in the country, so we don't see anybody ever until we go to Richmond. But we're out here isolated, trying to do our thing, and I just kind of felt stuck. So these songs came to me at a time where I needed to hear, like, you're going to be okay, and you are amazing, and this world is beautiful, and you choose the path of greatness every time, and you will feel great every time. I wake up every morning and I say these affirmations: you're beautiful, you're capable of whatever you set your mind to, and to give yourself grace when you need it. And I've been practicing that for a couple of months, along with listening to affirmations as I sleep. Andrew probably thinks I'm like the X-Files. I don't care, but and it's really been helping me and reminding me that to give myself grace at times like this, because it's not like you need a chance, or you're waiting for the opportunity or the chance. But waiting for the opportunity and the chance just kind of hinders the growth that you could be doing, or looking at the world for what it is at the moment. There's so many beautiful things that have happened to us. We went on tour last year for the first time, gained so many new friends and so much insight on music, and there was just a lot of things like personal growth. We never even traveled outside of Virginia alone, other than trucking. So we never like vacationed outside of Virginia because the world was always scary to us. Our parents told us that. So it was a lot of big steps. But yeah, that's what I get out of Tribe. I get that home is where the heart is, not to sound corny, and you have to love yourself before you can allow the world to love you. Because if you have a bad image or a bad image of yourself in your head, then you'll fall for anything. You'll be susceptible to any type of energy being thrown towards you. And what I hope people or the audience would get out of this is whatever their heart desires, to be honest. It is a triumph of love for yourself and knowing that this is just the beginning of, of a long journey, knowing that you are the light at the end of your own tunnel, and that you can pursue any dream or be whoever you want to be and love whoever you want to love. And it's just a glorious thing. I would hope that that's what people get out of this project. It feels like home. I don't know what else to say. It feels like we've arrived and we are only ascending to a higher place. Once you know how important and special and beautiful you are, you soar away. Yes, the end. Special thank you to Gromolkin Records for hosting this interview. I'm just so giddy and nervous, but I love you guys. I for real, like y'all are also home. So check out Tribe. It's coming out this week, and you can stream it on all social platforms. I really do hope you like it. I hope that you blast it in your car. I hope you put your fake ears in and you just like, you know what I'm saying? Video it. I mean, send that to me. Tell me your thoughts, honestly. Like, I want to start having community with you all. So yeah, peace. My mind is a